yeah, man. We was together 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Piggity.
Predictable.
We was sitting down. We was watching Summer Madness 11, man. And we didn't catch all the battles. We turned it on at what time? I think it was when John started battling Sue Surf. I mean, we don't have to break down everything as far as like how it went, but yeah, Sue Surf kicked John's ass 2-1. The only round that's debatable was round 2, but possible 3-0. I was kind of disappointed. Well, not kind of. I was highly disappointed in John, but I watched a bunch of interviews and everything, and what he was saying makes sense. And I don't know him to be a nigga to make a lot of excuses. He was basically saying, yo, I mean, I've been telling this nigga to battle me for years. The nigga didn't want to battle. And then all of a sudden, once his career goes to shit because he kept losing, he wants to battle me. After John admittedly said on massive interviews, I'm done with battle rap for a while. I don't want to battle no more. And then all of a sudden, Surf's like, hey, want to battle me? And he's like, you are the last nigga's ass I was supposed to kick. So, yeah. But he just didn't have...
You didn't have that...
Yeah, it was like, I'm already on the way out, but I got to do this because I've been talking about it for years. So it make perfect sense. And he admitted that he lost. So it's like... But Surf is pissed off because he feels like everybody that speaking on the battle is not giving him enough props. But it's like, no, bro, we're giving you your props. You whooped his ass, you know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Yeah.
There really ain't shit else to say about it, but he keeps finding little small things to say, well, if I would have lost, y'all would have, yeah, we would have snapped on you because you've been getting your ass kicked repeatedly. So,
well, yeah, it's kind of like, it's the same idea of like niggas, like, you know, wanting to fight a nigga, but the nigga is just out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when the niggas get into a fight and niggas get mad when the other nigga don't want to fight. Yeah. It's like, nigga, fight me. And it's like, oh, bro, I don't want to fight. And the niggas get even angrier. And if they do whoop that person's ass, it's like, nigga, you whooped that nigga's ass, man. You beat him, of course, but he didn't have the same intensity or desire that you did. Like, of course, you washed him, word. Yeah. But you fought half the man. Yeah. You feel me?
And that's why after it happened, after he got his ass kicked or whatever, John went on a couple interviews and Surf. Surf's gonna talk shit. That's what he does. He talks shit. Yeah. John's like, they get into it again, and John's like, yo, you keep talking like we're friends. Like, you know the behind the scenes. You know what's up, bro. Like, I ain't gonna stunt. You beat me, but like, you know, I'll kill you, nigga, if I really, you know what I'm saying? And Surf's just continuing to say what he's saying. And John's like, all right, well, you talking all this shit. Well, let's run it back then. And he agrees to rematch him. He said they'll rematch next year. So who knows if that's really gonna happen, but if John gets his ass kicked again this time, then it's just like, all right, you can't fuck with Surf, bro. Like, you can't. But I feel like Surf's star power is definitely insane, but as far as like rap ability, they're the same. They're on the same level. But whatever. So Surf kicked John's ass 2-1. We watched the K-Shine versus Hollow the Dawn. Hollow the Dawn just styled on K-Shine to me. Yeah. The battle wasn't super exciting, but it was Hollow got him to me 2-1. I say round 1 and round shit. It was a 30 to me personally, but they're saying that K-Shine might have got round 2. I'll have to watch it back, but on our first rip, bro, Hollow just styled on him to me. He had everything. He had lyrics, he had the flow, he had the cadence, he definitely had the bars, like he had quotables. Yeah. K-Shine was just like overly rapping fast, and
he was doing what K-Shine do. It was lots of screaming, lots of fast bars, lots of over the head shit too.
Yeah, but it just wasn't hitting for me. It's a weird thing I hate in battle rap too. A lot of people feel like since they have super complex bars that it automatically goes over somebody's head and that nobody got it, and that's why the people are calling the battle how they called it. Hence, Murder Mook. Now, Murder Mook is my nigga, man. And we all know he doesn't have a lot of big stage battles. He only has 3. He battled Iron Solomon on big stage, 5 rounds. He beat him every round, but the battle was so fucking boring. But he beat him. So, whatever, say what you want. And then he battled Verb on stage, and on stage Verb won. But if you watch that battle, anybody that knows rap clearly knows Mook won. That shit is not even that shit's not even a debate to me. This shit's stupid. But this time I can't ride with Mook. That nigga, I mean, he still beat Reed Dollars to me, and it's not even because I'm a stan or whatever. I really I wanted Reed to get around clear. I wanted Mook to get around clear. And I wanted the rounds to just be a debate of the history so niggas could be like, yeah. I wanted it to be that. I didn't want nobody to watch anybody. But if you clearly listen to the bars, Mook beat Reed round 2 and 3. It's not even a fucking debate. Reed didn't say anything to me. Like he was, and you can even see that. Mook's on stage and he's saying, where are the bars?
Yeah.
Because there aren't any.
Yeah.
Reed is just saying like a whole bunch of historic shit that's not like quotable impact bars. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not punching. He's not having no quotable. He's not saying shit. He just, my grandma is a real nigga. She got a shotgun and your grandma don't. It was a lot of that type shit. It's like, this is boring as fuck. That was the worst. I don't give a fuck. Mook and Reed are legends, bro. I fuck with Reed. I fuck with Mook. That was the worst battle I've ever fucking seen in rap history. That shit was terrible. Now, Mook is doing his thing. He always does his campaign where he tries to let niggas know, you didn't understand my bars. You didn't get it. You didn't get when I said this. And there's so much shit rap. It's Mook. Fuck all that. Your on stage performance was awful. We already know you are an overly excellent writer, bro. Like, you are great. And we know that you have intricate shit wrapped in several burritos of bars. But just because everybody doesn't get it at the moment doesn't mean that it was just so magnificently great. We get it later and we still realize it's like, okay, that was cool, or that wasn't that good. Like, he was on 3 Letterman's fucking live explaining to 3 Letterman certain bars, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that's what he meant. But that still was not that good, my nigga. Like, oh my gosh, man. It just was regular. And Arsenal said if he would have battled anybody that night, none of those rounds could have beat anybody that was on stage. And he's right. It just, I don't know, man. Mook, I still hold you to that high standards, but as far as battling on stage, bro, you are too boring. Just because you write something out of this world doesn't mean that it is like catered to battle rap into coming out as good as you wrote it.
It's worthy
and
of quotable,
he doesn't understand that. Like his performance was terrible. His cadence and flow was terrible. The bars was cool, but they weren't as astronomical as you were trying to make them seem. So
I mean, that's what I was saying whenever we had that conversation about who was going to win or who you thought would win. But then again, I thought Reed was going to come a different Reed. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Bro, look, so this is what I don't understand, right? So both of these niggas are legends. They could have went back on their legacy of how they delivered certain shit or certain things that they said and just like could have catered to that a little bit more. Like, everybody knows Reed for the fucking lift up the family man, vests and ammo, blah, 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 that type of shit. One Reed Southwest represented Philly. I'm stepping into the center with that all blah blah blah, bro. Let me put some lead in you. He didn't cater to none of that shit. What the fuck were you on? Was he doing? He was on stage rapping like, yeah, Reed, Mook, you suck. I'm sitting there like, oh, this is fucking terrible. I'm like, this is the most boring shit I ever fucking watched, bro.
That shit was bad.
Oh, that shit was terrible. Bro.
That shit was bad. That's hands down. That shit was terrible. But I think the worst thing of that night was, man, just the saddest thing that happened the whole night was Kayshawn cut his hair for that.
He did.
Why? It was pointless. He cut his hair for an impact bar.
Right.
There was no impact. Outside of the fact everybody's like, oh shit. But then you lose the way you lost. And it was like, oh shit. It reminded me of a time. It was a Halloween how many years ago?
Oh, you motherfucker.
Predictable.
Come on, man. What?
I'm not going to say that.
No, we're going to get to it. He's referring to a time where, you know what I'm saying, I was at a bulkier state in my life, and Luke Cage just came out. I'm bald, you know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck it. I'm going to cut my beard, look like Luke Cage. And it's just like, why do that? First of all, my beard hair don't grow back too fast. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking like a dumbass Luke Cage for a long time. And it wasn't even for a party that was worth it.
That's what I was going. That's why I asked you. I was like, nigga, when you did that shit, Was it worth it?
It wasn't worth
and
it.
You were like, no.
And a lot of people were like, oh, who you supposed to be? You got a yellow shirt on. You a fucking traffic nigga. I'm like, no, nigga. I'm Luke Cage.
What?
And they're like, oh, okay. Like, this is fucking terrible. But Summer Madness 11, man. I missed Geechee and Calico, but the consensus is that Calico beat Geechee. Arsenal and Lou Castro, the consensus is that Lou Castro beat Arsenal also. But I mean, I haven't seen either of those battles, so I don't want to say that. Chess and Easy, I didn't hear no consensus, but I heard the consensus is that it was a fucking classic, unbelievably great battle, and it was battle of the night. So I'm gonna go back and watch that. But I
is
just
that battle of the night in contrast to the rest of the battles of the night? Like, it wouldn't be hard to be.
No. They were saying that battle was fire.
Okay.
Period.
Right.
On any card, it would have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they kind of called that, so I'm gonna go back and watch Easy vs. Chess, man. But if I had to give a message to anybody on that card, bro, it would be to Murder Mook and Reed Dollars. Reed, your pacing and your delivery and your cadence, we like you for the aggression, the flow, and you're not doing that. Well, I can't say you're not doing it. You didn't do it against Mook, and that performance to me was trash. It was garbage. Mook, you got to understand, just because you write something complex and doesn't automatically mean that it's great. If you put a layered bar into something and you explain it and we understand it, just because we don't appreciate it like how you think it should be appreciated doesn't mean it's a great bar. It's like if you rap something crazy in a bar and it's like, ooh, that went over niggas' heads, or that was hard. When you break it down, he meant this. Versus a nigga saying, you're a bitch, here's my fist, you ain't know your mama sucked my dick. And everybody's like, oh shit. That might work better in that battle at that moment versus you see under the stars, because under the Mars, you 10% under the bars. Oh, you didn't understand when I meant Mars, I meant the Snickers candy bar because it flies around.
Yeah.
that's you don't always need to do that. Like he needs to work on his flow and performance and delivery when he's on stage, because the writing is always A1. This time to me, it wasn't. I don't feel like the writing was A1. I feel like it was good, but everything else was garbage. So it equaled into a garbage battle. That shit was nasty. We're done talking about it.
Oh my God.